Everyone thinks Amazon wins because of cheap prices and an endless selection. But that's not why they're unbeatable. Plenty of companies match Amazon's prices. Walmart does it every day. Target does it on household basics. Even random online stores can beat Amazon if you bother to look. In selection? Sure, Amazon lists millions of products. But so does eBay. So does Alibaba. Selection alone doesn't explain their total domination. The real reason you can't compete with Amazon is everything happening behind the scenes. The infrastructure you never see. The data systems tracking your every move. The ecosystem that's already wrapped around your life without you even noticing. Because while competitors are busy with price wars, Amazon is playing a completely different game. They've built advantages so unfair, even companies with billions can't touch them. And I'm about to show you exactly why every single attempt to challenge Amazon ends the same way. Badly. Think about Amazon, you probably think about 2-day shipping. But let's be honest, 2-day shipping is boring now. It's not impressive, it's just expected. What's truly terrifying is how they made it so normal. By 2024, Amazon had built over 400 fulfillment centers across the United States. These weren't placed randomly. They were surgically positioned within miles of every major city, a network that cost over $100 billion and took decades to build. When Walmart decided to compete, they thought money was the answer. They poured tens of billions into new warehouses and logistics. The result? They still can't match Amazon's speed in most places. Why? Because it's not about having warehouses. It's about what happens inside them. Every single Amazon fulfillment center runs on proprietary algorithms. These algorithms, refined over 25 years, decide where every product is stored, how it moves, and the exact route it takes. The system knows which products you buy together, it predicts seasonal demand, and it optimizes every square foot for insane efficiency. But here I guess where it gets crazy. Amazon knows what you're going to buy before you do. They use predictive analytics to pre-position inventory. If data suggests people in Phoenix are about to start buying more sunscreen, truckloads of sunscreen are already heading to Phoenix warehouses before a single order is placed. So when you finally click buy, that product is already sitting just 15 miles from your house. That's not fast shipping. That's practically mind reading. This creates an impossible speed advantage. While competitors struggle to offer 2-day shipping, Amazon has already moved on to same-day delivery in major cities. By the time anyone else catches up, Amazon will be offering 1-hour delivery on thousands of items. The finish line just keeps moving farther away. Walmart can build all the warehouses they want, but without Amazon's decades of data and algorithmic learning, they're just playing a different game. Amazon isn't running a warehouse network, they're running a machine learning monster that gets smarter with every single purchase. And that's just the physical side. Amazon's real weapon is data. We're talking about over 300 million active customers. Every click you make, every search you type, every product you look at, every cart you abandon, it's all tracked. It feeds a surveillance machine that knows more about consumer behavior than any company in history. It gets worse. Amazon doesn't just see its own sales, it sees everything. Over 60% of all online product searches now start directly on Amazon, not Google. People don't even pretend to comparison shop anymore. This means Amazon knows what products people want before those products even exist. Competitors like Walmart and Target only see their own sales data, what Asim is selling in their stores and on their websites. It's useful, but it's like looking through a keyhole. Amazon, on the other hand, sees the entire e-commerce ecosystem. They watch millions of third-party sellers test new products in real time. They see which items get views, but no sales, which have high return rates, and which categories are pure gold. It's like playing poker, but you can see everyone else's cards. And Amazon weaponizes this data ruthlessly. When a small seller lists a new product that starts gaining traction, Amazon's algorithms flag it instantly. If it hits certain sales numbers, Amazon launches its own version under the Amazon Basics brand. Same product, lower price, and better placement in search results. The original seller gets obliterated. Think about it. Some small company spends months developing a better phone charger. It gets great reviews, builds a following. 6 months later, Amazon Basics USB-C cable appears right above it in the search results, costs $3 less, and has the Amazon's Choice badge. The original seller's sales can plummet by 70% overnight. This isn't a theory, Congress investigated it. Former employees have confirmed it. The system is designed to identify winners and copy them at an industrial scale. So while competitors are busy analyzing last quarter's reports to guess what they should stock, Amazon already knows what you're going to want next month. They've seen the search trends and analyzed the behavior patterns. By the time Walmart even notices a trend, Amazon is already dominating it. Every single transaction makes Amazon smarter. The gap between them and everyone else doesn't shrink. It just keeps growing. But knowing everything means nothing if you can't act on it instantly. And that's where Amazon's true superpower really kicks in. Thanks for watching. You think Amazon is a store, right? A giant online mall where you buy everything from batteries to books. Well, that's what they want you to think. But Amazon's real business, the engine that powers the entire empire, has almost nothing to do with selling you stuff. It's a secret hiding in plain sight, and it's called Amazon Web Services, or AWS. In 2023, AWS raked in over $90 billion. But here's the crazy part. Amazon's retail side, the part we all use, operates on razor-thin profit margins, sometimes as low as 1%. AWS, on the other hand, boasts profit margins near 30%. This means the cloud business makes more actual profit than the entire global retail operation, even though retail revenue is much larger. So what does this mean? It means Amazon can afford to lose money selling products forever. They can slash prices, start price wars, and sell things at or below cost indefinitely, because their cloud business is printing cash in the background. When a competitor like Walmart or Target tries to compete on price, they have to make a profit on those sales. It's their whole business. But Amazon doesn't have that problem. They can just bleed their competition dry, subsidized by a business most people don't even know exists. The origin story is even more brilliant. Back in the early 2000s, Amazon had to build a massive world-class computer system to handle its own website, especially during huge sales events like Black Friday. They needed enormous server capacity and sophisticated database management. Then, someone had a genius idea. We built all this for ourselves. What if we rented it out to other companies? So in 2006, they launched AWS, and it was an explosion. It turns out most companies don't want the headache or the billion-dollar expense of building their own server farms. It's way easier to just rent space from Amazon. Today, giants like Netflix, Spotify, and even government agencies all run on AWS. They control about a third of the entire global cloud market. But here's the truly twisted part of the story. Many of Amazon's own retail competitors, the very companies trying to beat them, actually pay Amazon for AWS services to run their own websites. That's right. They are literally funding their own destruction. Every dollar a competitor spends on cloud services with AWS helps Amazon subsidize lower prices and crush them in the retail space. It's a terrifyingly genius strategy. How can you possibly compete with someone who doesn't even need to make money on the thing you are competing over? You can't. And if having infinite money wasn't enough, Amazon found a way to make other people do all the work. Over 60% of all physical products sold on Amazon don't come from Amazon itself. They come from third-party sellers, small businesses, and individuals using Amazon as a marketplace. This creates one of the most brilliant business models ever conceived. Think about a traditional store like Target. They have to buy inventory up front, take all the financial risk. If a product doesn't sell, it's their problem. They have to discount it or get rid of it. But Amazon? They don't own most of the inventory. The third-party sellers do. These sellers pay Amazon fees to store their products, fees for every single sale, and fees for advertising just to get noticed. Amazon takes a generous cut of every transaction without ever bearing the risk of owning the product. Let's do the math. A seller lists a product for $20. Amazon instantly takes a 15% referral fee. That's $3. If the seller uses Amazon's fulfillment service, add on storage fees, packing fees, and shipping fees. Suddenly, Amazon is taking $8 to $10 from that sale, while the seller is left with the rest to cover manufacturing, shipping, and everything else. Amazon's margin is huge. The seller's is tiny. And it gets better for Amazon and worse for the seller. Every sale, every click, every review from these third-party sellers is free market research for Amazon. They watch what's selling, what's popular, what customers want. When they spot a winner, what do? They launch their own version under a private label like Amazon Basics. They let sellers take all the risk, identify the successful products, and then they swoop in, copy the winner, and use their platform power to push the original seller out. Sellers are trapped. They know this happens. But with over 200 million Prime members, if you're not on Amazon, you're practically invisible. So they accept the deal, they pay the high fees, and watch their best ideas get copied, because the alternative is going out of business. Amazon has created a system where it can't lose. That's not a store, that's a fortress. Thanks for watching, and if you found this interesting, make sure to subscribe for more. You think Prime is just a shipping service? No, it's a psychological trap, and you're already in it. Over 200 million people worldwide pay $139 a year for Prime. That's $139 up front before you've bought a single thing. Once you pay, something in your brain just clicks. Well, I've already paid for it. Might as well use it. This is the sunk cost fallacy, weaponized at a massive scale. And Amazon knows exactly what they're doing. Research shows Prime members spend 2 to 3 times more than everyone else, not because they need more stuff, but because they've already committed. Every purchase decision stops being, where's the best deal, and becomes, I've already got free shipping on Amazon. The choice is made before you even start shopping. But Prime stopped being just about shipping years ago. Now, it's an entire ecosystem that's almost impossible to escape. You get Prime Video with thousands of movies and shows. It's not as good as Netflix, but hey, it's good enough. You get Prime Music with millions of songs. Not as good as Spotify, but good enough. Unlimited photo storage, early access to deals, Whole Foods discounts. Each service on its own is just okay. But together, they create a web of convenience that feels overwhelming to leave. Try to cancel Prime right now. Just imagine it. You lose that free 2-day shipping. No more Prime Video. The photos you stored in Amazon's cloud? Gone, unless you pay for them separately. That grocery discount at Whole Foods you've gotten used to? Poof. Gone. You're not losing one feature. You're dismantling a dozen small conveniences that are woven into your daily life. Here's the brilliant part of their business model. Amazon actually loses money on Prime shipping. The cost of delivering millions of products in 2 days is astronomical. But they don't care. Prime members buy so much more that the increased spending completely covers those shipping losses. They lose money on the service, but print money from the change in your behavior. Competitors have tried to replicate this. Walmart launched Walmart Plus, and Target has Circle 360. But even if they match Prime's benefits, customers just think, I already have Prime though. Why pay for 2 subscriptions? Amazon locked in the customer base first, and now everyone else is just fighting for the scraps. Prime makes buying from Amazon an unconscious habit. And when you need something, you don't comparison shop. You just default to Amazon. It's easier, it's faster, and you already paid for the shipping. Once buying becomes a habit, Amazon has won. Breaking habits is hard, and most people never even try. That's not a subscription. That's behavior modification on an industrial scale. And just when you think you've figured out the trap, Amazon adds another layer. It starts with Prime. Then you get an Alexa because it's on sale for Prime Day. Then a Ring doorbell for security. A Kindle because reading on your tablet hurts your eyes. A Fire TV stick because it's so cheap. Then one day, you wake up and realize Amazon is embedded in every single room of your house. Over 100 million homes have Alexa devices. Tens of millions have Ring doorbells recording their front porches. Millions more have Kindles and Fire tablets. Each device makes Amazon the default choice for that category. And each one feeds data back to Amazon about your habits, your routines, your life. The Alexa integration is especially sneaky. Once you have one in your kitchen, ordering becomes effortless. Alexa, order paper towels, and it's done. No price comparison, no checking other stores, no second thoughts. Amazon assumes you want what it offers, and you don't even question it. In 2017, Amazon bought Whole Foods for $13.7 billion. Suddenly, Prime members got grocery discounts at hundreds of stores nationwide. Now, your grocery shopping is tied to your Amazon membership. It's another thread in the web, another reason not to cancel. And it all connects. Your Alexa knows your Prime Video history, your Ring doorbell integrates with Alexa routines, your Kindle syncs across all your devices. Your Whole Foods discounts require the Amazon app. Everything talks to everything else. All of it feeds Amazon's massive data ecosystem, making their algorithms smarter, their recommendations better, and their grip on you tighter. Competitors have tried to build similar ecosystems. Google has its speakers, Nest cameras, Chromecast, and YouTube. Apple has the HomePod, Apple TV, and their own service bundles. But neither has successfully integrated e-commerce the way Amazon has. Google and Apple are great at devices and content, but when it comes to buying physical products, they just don't have the fulfillment network, the marketplace, or the decades of infrastructure. Amazon is the only company that has seamlessly integrated shopping into every aspect of our digital lives. Your speaker isn't just a voice assistant, it's a purchasing portal. Your doorbell isn't just for security, it's delivery confirmation for your packages. Your e-reader isn't just for books, it's a gateway to their entire content ecosystem. The goal has always been to make buying from Amazon an unconscious, automatic default action for everything. And through this device ecosystem, they've succeeded. You don't decide to shop on Amazon anymore, you just do it because everything in your house already connects to it. Imagine trying to build a competing ecosystem from scratch today. You'd need smart speakers people actually want, security cameras with brand recognition, e-readers that can compete with the Kindle's dominance, streaming content to rival Prime Video, and physical grocery stores for integration. That's decades of work and billions in investment. And even if you managed to pull it all off, you'd still be competing against Amazon's massive head start. So naturally, plenty of companies tried taking on Amazon anyway. Here's how that went. Thanks for watching. For the last 15 years, some of the biggest companies on earth have thrown everything they have at Amazon, and one by one, they've all failed spectacularly. Let's start with Jet. Commodore founded in 2015 by Mark Lohr, who'd already sold a company to Amazon for over $500 million. He knew the game. He raised over $500 million in venture capital. The pitch was simple: beat Amazon with better prices. And for a year, Jet looked unstoppable, undercutting Amazon and building massive buzz. Then, in 2016, Walmart panicked and bought Jet for $3.3 billion, one of the biggest e-commerce deals ever. The plan was to use Jet's tech and team to finally take on Amazon. What happened? By 2020, Walmart quietly shut Jet down completely. Even with all of Walmart's resources, competing head-to-head just doesn't work. Walmart is still trying. They've spent tens of billions on e-commerce, free shipping, even same-day delivery. And after all that, they've only captured about 10% of Amazon's online sales volume. The largest retailer in the world by revenue can't even get close to Amazon online. Target is doing a little better, but only by giving up on beating Amazon everywhere. They focused on their own niche advantages, same-day delivery with Shipt, drive-up pickup for busy parents, and easy in-store returns for online orders. They're surviving in the corners Amazon hasn't fully dominated yet, but their e-commerce is still just a tiny fraction of Amazon's. Best Buy almost died. Back in the early 2010s, they were getting crushed. People would browse in their stores, then order the same product for cheaper on Amazon while still standing in the aisle. They became Amazon's showroom. Best Buy only survived by pivoting hard into services. Geek Squad installations, in-home consultations, things Amazon can't easily ship in a box. They essentially surrendered the e-commerce war to focus on what they could control. And remember Toys R Us? In 2000, they partnered with Amazon to handle their online sales. It seemed smart at the time. Except Amazon used that partnership to learn the entire toy business, launched its own toy section, and then just crushed them. By 2018, Toys R Us was bankrupt. An entire category gone. Meanwhile, giants like Sears and Kmart didn't even try. They just slowly collapsed as Amazon ate their lunch. Even eBay, which was actually bigger than Amazon in the early 2000s, got left in the dust. They're still around, but they've been pushed into the niche market of auctions and collectibles. Amazon completely won the mainstream war. The pattern is clear. If you compete with Amazon everywhere, their infrastructure and data will crush you. If you focus on a niche, you might survive by hiding, not by competing. And if you partner with them, they learn from you and then destroy you. Every single strategy seems to fail, but Amazon isn't invincible. They have weaknesses, just not the ones you'd expect. First, premium brands that refuse to play the game. Apple doesn't sell new iPhones directly on Amazon. Nike pulled most of their products in 2019 to control their brand experience. Luxury brands like Louis Vuitton stay far away. They all figured out that once you're on Amazon, Amazon owns the customer. So they said no. And it works. If you specifically want an iPhone, you go to Apple. If you want Jordans, you go to Nike. Amazon's convenience doesn't matter when customers are loyal to a brand that isn't on the platform. Second, experiences and services. You can't get a haircut on Amazon, eat a restaurant meal, or go to the gym. Anything requiring a physical presence or specialized expertise is safe for now. Third, ultra-fast local needs. The corner store beats Amazon when you need milk for your coffee right now, not in 2 hours. And finally, the one weakness Amazon can't engineer away, government regulators. The EU has fined Amazon hundreds of millions for anti-competitive practices. The FTC filed a major antitrust lawsuit last year. Governments are finally waking up to the problem of one company controlling this much of our economy. But here's the reality. Even if regulators break up Amazon, the damage is done. The infrastructure is built, the data is collected. You can't unbuild a monopoly overnight. So, what's the actual path to competing? You have to build a brand people specifically want and then refuse to sell on Amazon. You have to build loyalty so strong that customers come directly to you. Or you accept you're not competing at all. You're just finding a small corner they haven't conquered and hoping they don't notice you. The hard truth is, Amazon won the e-commerce war. Their advantages are too big, their data moat is too deep, and their cloud business, AWS, prints so much money they can afford to lose on retail forever. We all know this is a problem. We see small businesses getting crushed. But what do? We complain about Amazon's dominance while ordering our next package on Prime because it's just so easy. We are all part of the system. And that system works perfectly. For Amazon, the question isn't whether anyone can compete with Amazon anymore. The real question is whether we're okay with one company having this much control. And based on our behavior, as long as it shows up in 2 days, the answer seems to be yes. Thanks for watching.